Thursday, March 9th, 1933. Not in nearly 4 decades has there been so much agitation concerning the currency, and particularly the question of inflation as there is today. The latest scheme to attract wide attention and closed discussion is the proposal to cheapen the gold dollar by lessening the quantity of pure gold in its content. Gold is gold, and its price can't be disturbed. However, it would be possible to mint a $20 gold piece which, instead of containing an ounce of gold, as at present, would contain only 1/2 ounce. By government fiat, it would still be called a $20 gold piece. How this would work is, to some extent, problematical. It might work well enough at home. The Supreme Court of the United States has ruled that a contract made payable in dollars is, in fact, payable in dollars and must be accepted on a legal tender basis even though the form of those dollars changes. But in international trade, or in fulfillment of contracts where it's written in the bond that payment must be in gold, then no cheapened dollar will suffice. Gold must be paid ounce for ounce. In domestic trade, and that's 10 times the amount of our foreign trade, the change would be slow. Yet there would come a steady rise in prices so that sooner or later one would be paying as much as ever in terms of gold. Thus, if a certain article costs $20 on the basis now obtaining, and then the amount of gold in a $20 gold piece were halved, that $20 article would begin to rise in price. It would go up to $21, and then to $25, and then, before the end, would reach $40, and the balance would be just where it was before. That is, values would be measured in true relation to gold. One gain would be realized. There would be a greater number of monetary units, and they would still be dollars. Debtors could pay off debts contracted on the basis of a $20 gold piece containing $20 worth of gold with a $20 gold piece containing only $10 worth of gold. The national debt and a large proportion of state, municipal, and county debts could be paid off with the cheaper money. This type of inflation has the advantage of being physically limited, controlled. The difficulty with paper money inflation is that once the printing presses are started, it's difficult to stop them. If the inflation is brought about by reducing the gold content of the metallic money, then there must be a stop. If there is, say, $5 trillion of gold available, then 10 trillion in monetary units of debased gold content could be minted, but no more. The gold would be spread out more thinly, but a limit would be set up by the amount of gold held. There is no limit to the quantity of paper. There is potential inflated paper money growing in every forest. The metal does not grow so fast. These are the developments which would take place if, by waving a wand, Congress could authorize the debasement of the gold mintage. But in our kind of government, that's impossible. Already there's discussion of the question. If translated into the form of a bill in Congress, there would, inevitably, be many speeches both for and against the measure. There would be protracted hearings at which witnesses would appear. The thousands of newspapers all over the country would carry the discussion into the remotest hamlet. This would precipitate a run on gold. Our currency now is redeemable in gold. Every form of paper money, with particular emphasis on the gold certificates, which cannot under any circumstances be denuded, would be presented for redemption in the yellow metal. This would immediately go into hoarding. The United States would be off the gold standard in a week. The Treasury would be denuded of its gold. No one would be left in the Federal Reserve banks. There would be no gold with which to redeem the paper money remaining outstanding. Moreover, holders of gold all over the world would be attracted by the golden opportunity and would make arrangements to bring their gold to the United States in order to enjoy the sudden 100% increase in its purchasing power. This likely would throw still other countries off the gold standard, and a drastic situation would develop in the international financial market. The United States would have as much of the gold as could find its way here. Then, when Congress, after deliberation, arbitrarily ordained that two $20 gold pieces could be minted from the amount of gold now contained in one, sudden enrichment would appear to take place. There likely would be a spurt of prosperity in the United States because prices would begin to rise. A plethora of money of this sort always means rising prices. This is because the people
hold no values fundamentally. In the mind of almost everyone would be the knowledge that while the Treasury and the government said that a certain $20 gold piece represented $20, it really only was worth $10 in real gold anywhere else in the world. Therefore, a man with land to sell, with food products to sell, with shoes, or any other useful article of real consumable value would reach the conclusion that in order to get true value for his useful product, he would have to charge, in terms of dollars, something approximating the true gold price. So, a $10 pair of shoes would sell for $15 to even $20. The consumer would be no better off than he was before. The world has had more experience with debasing silver coins. England has debased her silver coinage several times. The amount of silver in the shilling has several times been lessened. The coin looks the same, the alloy being of the same color, but the public always knows when the precious metal content is lowered. In every case of such debasement, prices have marched right upward to readjust the situation on the basis of value.